When Dan and Heather split almost 4 years ago, Heather decided to leave the church. Her ex-husband was staying at the church with his soon-to-be wife. It just would not work for Heather to be around them. So she left Resurrection Community Church. And she has not returned to any church for more than 4 years. Heather's friends and family sympathized with her regularly. Poor dear. You lost your husband, many of his friends, and the church you love, some would say. And Heather nodded her head, receiving the condolences with quiet acceptance. It's okay with her if they feel that way. But Heather has a secret she has confided to no one. Yes, the divorce was incredibly painful. Yes, so much of the change for her and the kids hurt deeply. Still, she has told no one the full story. Heather was glad to leave Resurrection Community Church. Indeed, she had become really miserable at the church long before the marital problems began. Leaving the church was one of the blessings of her life changes. It was a big relief. In order to understand Heather's sentiments, we need to take you back about 12 years ago. That was when Dan and Heather were married. They bought a home where Dan was working, and they both made a commitment to get involved in a church. They mutually decided it would be Resurrection Community Church. That's where this story begins. I am not a happy church member. From Heather's perspective, Resurrection Community Church was an easy choice. Dan and his parents had been members there for many years. The church had about 250 in worship attendance. Obviously, Dan knew most of the members. The church members were friendly to Heather as well. They accepted her immediately. After all, she was now part of Dan's family. Heather really did not have to do much to get involved. Within a few weeks of joining, she was asked to be in a women's Bible study, to help with the church finances, since she was a certified public accountant, and to be a greeter. When the children came along, it was pretty natural for them to connect in the church as well. Dan and Heather had many good relationships in the congregation. Some of them were young parents with children of similar ages to Dan and Heather's. So she began church life just fine. Her attitude was great. Her relationships were solid. Her involvement was good. She has trouble remembering exactly when the change took place. It was more gradual than sudden. Heather, just a few years later, had become an unhappy church member. There was no one negative event. Indeed, she barely noticed the change day by day. Heather does remember waking up one Sunday morning with a dread about attending church. When did these feelings develop? She asked herself. Why am I no longer a happy church member? This story is Heather's story, but it can be repeated in the lives of church members by the millions. The attitude shift. Depending on your perspective, you could say that Heather had an advantage. She did not have to wait or seek permission to get involved in the church. Through Dan and his family, she had immediate connections and immediate acceptance. It was as if she had been a member of the church for years. It was fun for her at first. She loved all the relationships she developed in the church. The members were good people. They took care of one another. Heather did not attend a church business meeting the first 6 months after she joined. The church treasurer, though, asked her to attend since she would soon become the assistant treasurer. She needed the background and the experience. She thought it was strange to have a business meeting every month, but she honored the request. The meeting was nothing like she had expected. The treasurer gave his report, and 6 or 7 church members asked questions about almost every dime of expenditures. Then the pastor made a presentation to change the worship time from 11 a.m. to 10:30 a.m.